Alrighty, y'all, welcome to today's recap. I hope you guys are doing well and staying blessed. If you guys are new here, my name is Jeremiah. I'm a day trader. I trade small cap stocks, momentum, and breakouts. I trade every single day, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I upload my recaps after every single session, regardless of whether I'm red or green. If you guys have been following my channel, you guys know that I have been doing a one trade a day with 10 shares challenge. So today is no exception. I took one trade. Unfortunately, it was a loser. Fortunately, with 10 shares, it was only 70 cents of a loser. So 7 cents a share. It is what it is. But I do have a few things going for me, so I'll get into that right now. So my first trade was on ANGH. This has a float of 1.7 million shares. Um, it did meet all 5 criteria of my stock selection for this challenge, which is in between the price of 3 and 10, float of under 10 million shares, 5 times relative volume, has news, and up 10%. It hit all of those criteria. So it was a good stock in theory, like just looking at criteria, but it was a slow mover and it just felt like there wasn't that much opportunity. Um, of course, there's always opportunity. Like this was a 12-cent candle. This is a 10-cent candle. This was probably about another 10 cents, or obviously 15 cents right now. But it just didn't feel, it was a slow mover and it just, it just wasn't, I don't know, didn't work for me, obviously. So my first trade, I was looking for it to hold above 4. So this was a previous resistance level. Obviously tapped there. I think it was also a level on the, yes, it was a level on the daily chart, which I had marked out earlier. And so I saw it tap that level, and then, okay, sorry, I just got interrupted, but I saw it tap the level earlier, and as it came back up, I was like, okay, if it can hold, I'm looking for a trade, maybe a pullback under it, and then a move higher, or a pullback over it. We bounce off the level, and then we make a move higher. Um, I take my trade a bit early. I kind of just, yeah, I just pulled the trigger too early. So I saw it holding 4 for a second, and then it was at 4, and as soon as I'm getting ready to press my button, right before I press the button, I see orders going through right under 4. And I made the mistake of pressing it while it was at 4. So we saw orders going through at 4, right? Ideally, what you want to see is you want to see it at 405. You want to see it hovering at 405. This stock obviously didn't have the range to be at 405. That would have been a decent amount for this stock because this is only a 15-cent candle. Um, and so as I'm about to press it, it dips below 4, and I press it, not intentionally, like I guess intentionally, but more impulsively um, than intentional. But it dips below, and I was like, dang it, dude. Like, I was hoping it would hold. What I should have done is waited for this stock to close, or this candle to close above this level. And then we'd get maybe a dip, and then a bounce off the level, and I could take my entry. Or it closes below, I guess, and then dips down, and I take first candle to make a new high and the break through this. I didn't do any of that, so I didn't wait for the candle to close. I kind of bought in at a, I guess, not random time, but more or less random. I mean, so it's dipping down below as soon. You guys will see. You guys will see. So I take my entry. We'll rewind it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Like I'm immediately it rejects my entry. I'm down 5 cents off the bat. It retests 4 and then just rejects again. And then that was it. And I was thinking, so in this moment, I was a little bit frustrated. I don't even know if I was frustrated. I was just like, dang it. Like it was just the thought that I can't take another trade, and it was like a little bit of disappointment in myself. Because I pressed it as soon as it dipped below, and I was like, and that's my fault. That's my fault. Um, it would make me happier if it did close above 4 and it maybe dipped and then it didn't work. Then I'd be like, okay, well, at least I waited for it to close above, but I didn't. So that was the trade for today. Um, it's not too annoying. Like it's not a huge deal. Obviously, just 70 cents. It's just the fact that I like didn't really wait for this to close. Um, so that was the trade. ANGH 1.7 million shares uh, float, and the relative volume was 5 times. It fit the criteria, just wasn't the greatest setup, I guess. Anyways, there are some other stocks, and we'll go over those right now. So obviously, ANGH is the only stock that I did trade. Obviously, I locked my trading after it. That was a one trade, just a 70 cents red day. But I wanted to go over INBS because I was watching this as it was moving higher, and it would have been better had I traded this as opposed to trading ANGH because ANGH, like, although it met all the criteria you guys saw, it really wasn't moving very cleanly. I don't even like it. Just wasn't. It wasn't pulling away. That's that's really it. It just wasn't pulling away. Um, and so this would have provided better opportunity, but I didn't get to trade it because I took my trade much earlier in the day, and this was at the open. So I want you guys to hear my commentary here because I actually said that I think it was gonna get halted going up. You guys, I'm gonna turn my desktop audio on so you guys can hear. But look, it's gonna halt going up. This does have good news. I feel like this is gonna halt going up. This does have good news, and I feel like people are shorting it for sure. There's 6. There's a break of 6. Nice. 613. Nice. 616. I think this is gonna get halted to the upside. 618. 623. Nice. Man, I get a little bit of FOMO not being able to trade it. 634, 635. Wow. Yeah, it's gonna get halted going up. So that was the trade I missed out on. Um, you know, I could have traded this, but you know, there's always more you could have made and always more you could have lost. So I don't want to get into the I could have and should have had and would have mindset right now. This challenge is for me to build my discipline and be okay with not getting every single move and just trying to pick the best move every single day. And if there's multiple good moves, then I'll be happy to get one of them. But with that, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys learned something. And enjoy the holidays, enjoy the new year, and happy new year to all of you guys. With that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.